Turkmenistan, the door to hell. In the middle of Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert lies a blazing crater known as the door to hell. The pit is over 70 meters wide and 20 meters deep, and it has been burning since 1971. When Soviet geologists were drilling for natural gas, their equipment collapsed into an underground cavern. To stop the spread of methane gas, they set it on fire, expecting the flames to burn out in a few days. Instead, the crater has been burning continuously for more than 50 years. The air around it is filled with toxic gases like methane and sulfur dioxide. Standing too close means breathing chemicals that damage your lungs within minutes. Inhaling enough can cause dizziness, unconsciousness, and death. What makes it terrifying is not just the fire, but the illusion of stability. The ground around the crater is unstable, meaning one misstep could send you falling into a pit of flames. Scientists who've studied it report the sensation of their lungs struggling to draw in oxygen, as if the very air is poisoned. The crater glows so brightly at night that it can be seen from miles away, a constant reminder of how easily humans can create landscapes that kill. Dominica, the boiling lake, hidden in Dominica's Morne Trois Pitons National Park, is a flooded volcanic vent known as the Boiling Lake. This grey-blue pool is over 60 meters wide and constantly churns with steam that rises like smoke from a cauldron. Temperatures at the edges are measured near 90-95 degrees Celsius, just shy of boiling point. At the center, it's likely even hotter, though no one dares to measure directly. The lake is heated by volcanic gases seeping up from the Earth's crust. The true danger is the steam. Standing too close means inhaling water vapor so hot it can burn the inside of your lungs, suffocating you in seconds. Even splashes from the lake would strip away flesh, leaving third-degree burns. The lake has moments of violent instability. In 2007, it drained mysteriously, then refilled again. Scientists believe underground vents sometimes shift, and if one collapses, the lake could explode in a massive steam eruption. It's not just a hot spring, it's a chemical bomb waiting for the right trigger. Tanzania, Lake Natron. At first glance, Lake Natron looks like a surreal work of art. Waters tinted red from salt-loving microorganisms, its surface reflecting the sky like glass. But this lake is one of the most hostile environments on Earth. Its waters are loaded with sodium carbonate and volcanic minerals that make it alkaline to a pH of 10.511, nearly as caustic as household ammonia. The temperature often reaches 60 degrees Celsius, making it both scalding and corrosive. Animals that land in the lake are not just killed, but mummified. Birds that crash into the water become coated in salts, their bodies preserved in eerie statues. The caustic water burns skin, eyes, and even dissolves organic tissue. For humans, the danger lies not only in contact with the water, but also in its vapors. The lake releases caustic gases that irritate the lungs and eyes, making it painful to breathe. For the Maasai people living nearby, the lake is considered cursed, a place where life ends, not begins. Ethiopia, the Danakil Depression. The Danakil Depression is often called Hell on Earth. Located at the junction of three tectonic plates, it is one of the hottest and most geologically active places on the planet. Daytime temperatures soar above 50 degrees C, but the real killers are the chemical pools scattered across its alien surface. These pools are mixtures of sulfuric acid, chlorine, and iron oxides, creating neon-colored lakes that look beautiful but burn like acid. Stepping too close means inhaling poisonous gases like chlorine and sulfur dioxide. Breathing them causes instant throat and lung damage. The ground itself is unstable, and some pools are just thin crusts of salt covering boiling acid. Travelers risk falling straight through the surface. Explorers describe the region as silent except for the hiss of gases escaping. It feels unearthly, a place where the boundary between geology and biology disappears. Scientists visit only in protective suits, knowing that even short exposure can cause permanent damage. The Mariana Trench, Pacific Ocean. The Mariana Trench is the deepest known point on Earth, a black abyss plunging nearly 11 kilometers beneath the ocean's surface. At that depth, the pressure is over 1,000 times greater than sea level, enough to crush a human body instantly. The trench is a place of extremes, complete darkness, freezing cold, and crushing silence. Few submersibles have ever reached the bottom. The few that did describe alien landscapes of mud volcanoes, hydrothermal vents, and bizarre life forms adapted to impossible conditions. For humans, survival here is not just unlikely, it's impossible. Without the strongest submersibles, the pressure would flatten bones, organs, and even metal. Even advanced submarines risk imploding under the weight. What makes it terrifying is the mystery. Despite being the most extreme place on Earth, we've barely explored it. Some scientists believe entire ecosystems exist there, unseen by human eyes. It is not just deadly, it's unknown and perhaps unknowable. Mount Everest's death zone. Climbers dream of summiting Mount Everest, but above 8,000 meters lies a region known as the death zone. Here, oxygen levels are so low that human bodies begin shutting down. The brain swells, thinking becomes confused, and muscles stop working. Even breathing pure oxygen can't fully counteract the lack of pressure. Climbers in the death zone describe feeling drunk, hallucinating, and stumbling like sleepwalkers. The cold is so intense that exposed skin freezes in minutes. If someone collapses, rescuing them is nearly impossible. Helicopters can't fly that high, and carrying a body down is nearly suicidal. Over 200 climbers remain frozen on Everest, their bodies preserved as landmarks. The death zone doesn't kill instantly, but it guarantees death over time. Up here, the human body isn't living. It's only delaying the inevitable. Chernobyl's elephant's foot. Inside the ruins of Chernobyl's nuclear reactor lies a deadly relic, the elephant's foot. Formed when the reactor melted down in 1986, it's a solid mass of nuclear fuel, molten sand and metal, hardened into a shape resembling an elephant's foot. When it was first discovered, it emitted enough radiation to kill a person in under 5 minutes. Even today, nearly 40 years later, it remains dangerously radioactive. Radiation sickness from the elephant's foot begins with nausea and vomiting, followed by skin burns, organ failure, and death. The material releases invisible rays that shred DNA, destroying the body from the inside. What makes it terrifying is its persistence. Unlike fire or acid, radiation doesn't fade quickly. The elephant's foot will remain lethal for centuries. Even standing near it today requires heavy shielding and strict time limits. It is a reminder that human technology can create dangers as lasting and as deadly as anything in nature.